Apple believes that the discussion surrounding scratchgate in relation to the iPhone 17 Pro is exaggerated and has provided an explanation for why phones in stores are prone to scratches. The issue primarily relates to MagSafe. Despite the iPhone 17 Pro being newly released, many users are already claiming that it scratches too easily. Numerous images have surfaced on social media showcasing scratched iPhones in Apple stores across the country. This controversy has led some to label it scratchgate. The topic has garnered significant attention, prompting Apple to address these concerns, asserting that the situation is not as dire as it may appear. Many of the images submitted by concerned consumers highlight blemishes on the backs of iPhone 17 Pro models, often concentrated around the MagSafe charging ring, although some marks appear unrelated to that specific area of the device. Apple suggests that this could be a case of mistaken identity. Apple explained that the blemishes observed on the backs of iPhone 17 Pro devices are the result of worn-out MagSafe supports. The company clarified that these marks are not actual scratches, but rather material transferred from damaged MagSafe stands to the iPhones. Apple believes that this material can be removed with proper cleaning and is actively working to replace the problematic supports in Apple stores. We're pretty enthusiastic about the recently introduced iPhone 17 Pro, since it's shaping up to be one of the biggest advancements in years. From the new unibody aluminum design to the faster charging speeds and the upgraded telephoto and front cameras, Apple brought out the big guns. Of course, if you currently own an iPhone 14 Pro, you're undoubtedly asking whether these upgrades are a good enough incentive to upgrade. After all, the iPhone 14 Pro still offers a pretty fast processor and a good camera system, and the lack of Apple Intelligence has proven to be less of a bother than imagined. To find out whether you should upgrade, we run both phones through our own lab testing for battery life, display quality, performance benchmarks, and camera. And beyond the data, we have also used both of them in daily life. The latest iPhone redesign stretches all the way back to the 12 series, when Apple flattened the sides and made the square camera bump a bit more visible. This year, after long generations of the same, we have the next significant change. The iPhone 17 Pro now boasts a redesigned camera housing on the rear, one that extends from side to side. It's a radically new look that might prove contentious, and Apple calls it extended plateau. The iPhone 14 Pro, on the other hand, uses the same tried and tested flat edges and square camera design from the prior couple of generations. The iPhone 17 Pro now boasts a redesigned camera housing on the rear, one that extends from side to side. It's a radically new look that might prove contentious, and Apple calls it extended plateau. The iPhone 14 Pro, on the other hand, uses the same tried and tested flat edges and square camera design from the prior couple of generations. The Pro version of the iPhone has grown in size since the 14 Pro, mostly because of the larger screen and also significant battery enhancements in the preceding generations. That said, the iPhone 14 Pro is one of the thinnest Pro versions in the range at 7.9mm. The iPhone 17 Pro has gone back to aluminum after 2 years of titanium, and this results in a bigger and heavier phone compared to its predecessor. Interestingly enough, the weight is precisely the same when we compare it to the stainless steel iPhone 14 Pro. After giving up the resolution arms race, manufacturers now compete in something of a brightness war. The iPhone 17 Pro offers the same 6.3-inch screen as its predecessor, but significantly brighter. Apple says it can go up to 3,000 nits, thanks to a new M14 material used. There's a brand new 7-layer anti-reflective coating on all devices from the iPhone 17 series. It functions in a similar way to the anti-reflective screen on the S25 Ultra, although not as effectively. Nevertheless, you can clearly see that it makes a difference in a direct comparison in the image above. The iPhone 14 Pro, on the other hand, offers a smaller 6.1-inch OLED panel with the same 120Hz ProMotion tech on board, but the brightness figures are different. The phone is rated at 1000 nits in HBM, high brightness mode, and up to 2000 nits peak brightness. There is a difference in minimum brightness, as the iPhone 17 Pro is able to go below 1 nit, but the 14 Pro is twice as bright there. In terms of brightness, the iPhone 14 Pro was tested at 100% APL and has roughly 1000 nits. The iPhone 17 Pro outputs more or less the same at 100% APL, possibly limited, but it is substantially brighter at 20% APL. The other metrics are quite similar between these two. There's a wider gap when it comes to hardware and software between the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro. For starters, the latter features Apple's A16 Bionic, constructed on a 4nm node. It's becoming a bit old now, and it doesn't support Apple Intelligence. The new iPhone 17 Pro includes the latest Apple A19 Pro chip, which Apple says is the greatest silicon in a smartphone to date. It's 40% quicker than the chip inside the iPhone 16 Pro and much, much faster than the iPhone 14 Pro. How much faster? Let's see. Unsurprisingly, there's a large performance disparity between the new A19 Pro hardware and the old A16 Bionic inside the iPhone 14 Pro. It's also worth emphasizing that the iPhone 14 Pro doesn't support Apple Intelligence. Memory is another area where the contrast is stark, minus 12 gigs of RAM on the iPhone 17 Pro is merely 6 gigs on the 14 Pro. Both the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro are now running iOS 26, and this year's software update is more than just a tweak. It's a full-blown visual redesign. The new liquid glass design provides the UI a layered, semi-transparent aspect that you'll notice across the entire system. It can be modest if you keep to the default arrangement, but toggle on the clear look mode and the glassy design becomes much more obvious, quite evocative of the Windows Vista period. There are also some amusing and functional additions. The lock screen now displays an animated time-based dynamic wallpaper that responds when notifications arrive, while the music app has picked up a fresh coat of paint with moving album art. The camera app has also been overhauled to be cleaner, with only the photo and video modes accessible by default, while other settings are stashed away behind swipes. The phone and messages apps provide call screening and spam message filtering, while the new live translate function lets you comprehend talks during a call in real time, finally catching up to Android's long-standing equivalent. Messages gets even better with typing indications, finally, unique chat backdrops, and the option to hold polls in group chats. On top of that, Apple Maps is now smarter with learned routes and proactive rerouting, and the Photos app has been streamlined for speedier album access. Of course, while both phones will get iOS 26, only the iPhone 17 Pro enables Apple Intelligence capabilities thanks to its better hardware and higher RAM. That means a longer runway for new AI capabilities, which is important to keep in mind if you're thinking long-term. Thanks to a pair of teardowns, we now know the actual capacity of the battery inside the iPhone 17 Pro. The phone comes in two versions actually. The US version is eSIM only and offers a greater battery, while in other places the physical SIM model is marketed with a tad smaller battery. After the EU forced all phones sold in the Union to have the USB-C port, Apple had to replace the outdated Lightning port and jump on the USB-C train. The iPhone 14 Pro, however, is the latest iteration to feature the Lightning connection, and this comes with certain limitations. There's not much of a discrepancy in accumulated battery life between these two, despite the massive variation in battery capacity. The new phone lasts 30 minutes longer overall, and it doubles the gaming score of the iPhone 14 Pro. The wired charging caps at 25W, and you need a Lightning cable as well. In comparison, the new iPhone 17 Pro includes the USB-C standard on board and charges from 0 to 50% in just 20 minutes. Well, this one is quite simple. The iPhone 17 Pro offers more than enough changes to justify a transition from the 3-year-old iPhone 14 Pro. From the brighter screen, the upgraded camera hardware, the faster silicon, the bigger battery, and the USB-C connector supporting faster charging, it's the all-around better gadget. One thing to bear in mind, though, is the price tag of the iPhone 17 Pro. It now starts at $1,099, and considering the 256 gigs base storage, this should be adequate, but nonetheless, the fact of the matter is that you need to fork out $1,100 for a Pro iPhone now. So, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.